Alright, today we'll be taking a look at the 5 main decks that you can build from the upcoming buddy fight BF-S-BT07. Time Dragon, Phantom Thief Drago, Linkdragon Order, Astrodragon, and upgrade of Electrodeity. Alright, we will start off with the main feature of the set, which is Time Dragon. Alright, so what's so special about this set is basically the 4 flags. Alright, so the flag is split into 4 portions, and it comes with a special ability called Reversal. So once you fulfill the ability, you get to flip it to the other side. And if you manage to flip all 3 sides at the end of your opponent's turn, you get to flip the last piece and create a 12,000 power, 4 critical, 12,000 defense monster with the ability to stop time. Alright, when attacking, and your opponent cannot use any counter, and all abilities can be activated during this period. Alright, so this is the main feature. And for additional information, the flag can be further transformed. Alright, it can be further transformed in this way. Once the dragon is formed, there's a 5th part of the flag that will be in the climax booster. Over God 0. Right, which will be in the center here, where you can see the 0 word in the center. And this for the Japanese version. I'm not sure whether the English version will have the scratch off portion like this. Yeah, but it can be scratched off. Right, so that's for the Godclock, the flag, which you can get it from SSO3, releasing on the same day. Next, let's take a look at the main monsters, which is the Time Ruler Dragon. There's 2 versions, one from the truck deck and one from the booster secret set. So you can actually play like 4 to 3 each. It's not an issue. And right now the more popular combo for this deck will be using the Holy Wheel Dragon as a buddy. So when this card enters the field by a buddy call, during the next turn, damage you take are reduced by 5. Right, so by doing that, you can actually deter 1 more turn for you to change to the dragon, right, which is very, very popular right now. So do prepare them before the release. Right, let's go back to the deck. So Time Ruler Dragon is the key for you to transform your flag, right, because it's one of the requirements. You need to have a card with Time Ruler Dragon on the field to transform to a dragon. So we are playing 3-3. You can go to 4-2 if you want, but most of the time we only have like 6 copies in the deck. Next, the next feature about this set, this whole deck is the ability that triggers according to the amount of reversal you have. So according to the amount of reversal, you can activate different abilities like this. This is from the SSO3. Cast cost, pay 1 life, draw 1, and if during this fight your flag have reversal twice or more, you get to draw 1 more. Right? So we have a lot of abilities that allows you to trigger off additional power according to the amount of reversal you have. Right, so that's the main let's take a look at the main features of the set, which is, right, this is the first spell. It's a double R from the set. So what it's doing is very simple. You can only cast if there's a Time Dragon on your field, pay 1 gauge, draw 2, and if your flag have reversal 3 or more times this turn, you get to draw 1 more. So 1 gauge for 3 cards, which is very important in this deck. Next, we have a triple R. So you can only activate this during your opponent's attack phase if your flag have reversal in this game. And choose one of the 2. If the attack is 3 or more times during your opponent's turn, end the phase. And if your flag is the dragon portion, you get to pay 2 gauge and end the turn. Alright, so it's a very good defensive card. Next will be another triple rare. Right, so you can only cast this if there's a Time Dragon on your field. Look at top 3, add 1 to hand, the rest engage, and after that, if your flag have reversal twice or more, you gain 2 life. Right, definitely 4 copies. Right, another feature from the deck, you only have 2 copies in the deck, so recommended to get 2 of the deck. So enter the field, top deck into gauge, and if you have reversal twice or more during this fight, you get to draw 1. Right, definitely a 4 copy. And this is another double R from the set. So during an attack on opponent's turn and your flag have reversal before during this fight, call this onto the field and change the attack target to this card. Alright, so you get to protect yourself once, at least once. And during opponent turn, if this card gets destroyed and your flag have reversal twice or more, you get to draw 1. Right, so when you open an attack, call this, let it get destroyed, and you get to draw 1. Definitely a 4 copy. Right, next two is the more popular cards that can be seen in almost every single deck. The first one is from the secret pack. So the core cost is to put a Time Dragon from your drop zone into the soul and activate. Choose up to 3 cards from your opponent's drop zone and you may pay 1 gauge. If you do so, return them back to the deck in any sequence, and during this fight, if your flag have reversal twice or more, you get to draw 1. Right, this is very useful against deck that uses their drop zone. And this thing have Soul Guard. Right, next is the another triple R. So when this guy is on the field, the gauge needed for your Time Dragon to be caught is reduced by the amount of reversal your flag had did during this fight. So if you have reversal 3 times, the gauge is reduced by 3. And when this card enters the soul of a size 3 Time Dragon, you get to draw 2. Alright, this ability is very useful with Time Ruler Dragon, as at the start of your turn, you can add any amount of cards from your drop into soul until there's 2 soul. So there's 0 soul, you add 2 cards. If there's 1 soul, you can add 1 more. Alright, so this is a very good combo card. Definitely a 4 copy. The others are from the trial deck. And last of all, we have the double R, Time General. So pay 2 gauge, top 2 into soul. And if your flag had reversal during this fight, reduce the size by 3, so it's a size 0. And if during this fight you have reversal twice or more, all Time Dragon on your field get power plus 10,000, critical plus 1. All, okay? And counter, during a battle where a Drago on your field is get attacked, you may pay 1 gauge and end the battle. Right, so you can just pay 1 gauge to end the battle. Double attack, Soul Guard, counter attack. Right, definitely a minimum 3 copy in the deck. And next we have the Drago. Right, so this deck is not at the final form yet. We will have more upgrades in CBT, so this is the current build. And highly recommended to add this in to make it more stable. And this deck is definitely more than 50 copies, right? So you may need to buy 2 packs of sleeve for this. Right, so that's Time Dragon. Next, we'll be taking a look at the Magic World, the new attribute, Phantom Thief Drago, which uses a spell as a body. Alright, so these cards, if this card is in your body zone and you have a Magic World flag, you can only call monster with Phantom Thief Drago in the attribute. And every time your opponent casts a spell from hand, it goes into the field in face down as a treasure instead of going to the drop. And if you cast this card from your hand and you have a body as a spell, put 4 cards from the top of your opponent deck onto the field face down as treasure. Right? Just take note that this is not a body cast, so even if this is your body, if you cast this spell, you don't get a body gift. Okay, so this is the new attribute we have, Phantom Thief Drago. And the main monster, the ace monster, will be the Wind's Hurry. Right, so it's a size 2 monster. Core cost, pay 1 gauge and top that into soul. During each player's attack phase, you can pay 1 gauge. If you do so, you draw 1 card and look at top 4 cards from opponent deck. Put up to 2 onto the field as treasure and The rest back to bottom deck in any sequence. It's a once button skill, move, double attack, soul guard. Right. It's the ace monster, definitely a 4 copies. Next will be the finisher. You can play more than 1 copy, but I think 1 is good enough. Core cost, put any amount of Phantom Thief Drago monster on your field, the monsters, into the soul and pay 2 gauge. Counter, you can counter call this on the field, so after attacking you can just counter call and put everything into the soul and just call this on the field by paying the core cost. And if your opponent has 4 or more treasure on the field, it gets critical plus 2, 6 or more power plus 10,000, defense plus 10,000. And if there's 8 or more, this card get quadruple attack. So after 3 attacks, 4 attack, counter call, everything go into soul. Another 4 attack with 18,000, 4, 18,000. Alright, so you can play up to 2 copies if you want. Alright, as you can see, there's not a lot of monsters in this deck. There's only 13 of them. So the next monster, when this card enters the field, you can discard 1 card from your hand. If you do so, add up to 1 monster with Hari in name, or item with Phantom Thief Drago from your deck to hand. Either one, shuffle the deck, and counter. During each player's attack phase, you may return this card back to hand. If you do so, call a Phantom Thief Drago with size 2 or more onto the field by playing the call cost. So you can attack with this, call Hari attack, and call the size 3. Alright, so these have multiple attacks. And the other one is you can call a monster with this name once per turn. And when this card enters the field, you have other Phantom Thief Drago on the field. Charge 2, draw 1. If your opponent have 2 or more treasure, you get to draw 1. And if your opponent have 4 or more treasure, it gets triple attack. Alright, so this deck have multiple attack. And with the body charging 4 every turn, it's actually very easy for you to let your opponent deck out. Next, let's take a look at the item first. Right, this is one of my favorite in this set. So equip cost, pay 1 gauge, pay 1 life. If your opponent have 4 or more treasure, this card and all Phantom Thief Drago monster on your field cannot be destroyed or returned back to hand by opponent's card effect. If your opponent has 6 or more treasure on the field, all Phantom Thief Drago on your field can attack your opponent directly, even if there's a monster in the center. So Shadow Dive, double attack. So with all these multiple attack and Shadow Dive, this is actually a very deadly deck. Next, let's take a look at their exclusive spells. First, we have the We Say Goodbye, triple R. You can only cast this during your turn. Counter. If your opponent has 2 or more treasure, charge 2, 4 or more, draw 2, 6 or more, you get to heal 2, and 8 or more deal 2 damage to your opponent, once per turn. Next is a set spell. So as long as this set on the field, all Phantom Thief Drago effect cannot be nullified by opponent's card effect. Every time your opponent put a treasure, you get to charge 1, draw 1, and you can set 1 per field. Right. And you can only cast this if there's a treasure on opponent's field, rest of monster on opponent's field. If there's 6 or more treasure, rest all on the field. And this is another defensive card. During opponent's turn attack, pay 1 gauge, return 1 Phantom Thief Drago on your field back to hand, nullify the attack. If your opponent has 6 or more treasure, you get to reduce the damage by 3. Right, so these are the main cards. The rest are just spells to defensive or help you draw cards. And we will just stop here since there's a lot more support that we are getting in the Climax Booster releasing next month. And there will be a lot of major changes to this deck. But for now, this is actually pretty stable. And it's actually recommended for new players since it's easy to play. So this is the Phantom Thief Drago. Next, we'll be taking a look at the upgraded Linkdragon Order. Just take note there will be major changes after we have the Climax Booster, which is releasing in a month time. So for now, we just take a look at the upgrades. Right, so our new Ace monster. So we have the God Agito, which is a Drago. The core cost is to put a total up to 4 cards from the drop and the field into the soul and pay 3 gauge. And at the start of attack phase, throw 3 cards from the top of your deck into the drop and put any amount of cards among them into the soul. Right, and we have a new ability, Spiral Drago Share. So if this card is in the center, this card get all the D share in the soul. And also cards on your left and right get size reduced by 1. Right, since this is a size 3, so you can have up to 2 more size 1 on the field. And triple attack, Soul Guard, Penetrate. Right, which is very, very strong. So this is our new Ace monster. Right, and we'll just take a look at the new cards. So mainly these 4 of them. So the first monster, core cost, pay 1 gauge, pay 1 life. When this card attack, you may put a card with D share from your drop zone into the soul of a Linkdragon Order on your field, and you gain 2 life, draw 1, double attack, Soul Guard. And as for D share ability, during your turn, this card get power plus 2000 for each card in soul. So a very good addition to the new to upgrade our Agito. Next we have Sasa. So counter, choose a card with D share on your field and you may pay 1 life. If you do so, stand it, and this ability can only be activated once per turn. As for the D share, if this card were to get destroyed, you may pay 2 gauge and it nullify destruction. Right, it's nullify of destruction. So things like penetrate will not go through because it's not destroyed. And we have Rainbow. Enter the field, look at top 7, add up to 1 monster with Agito in name, or up to 1 item from Linkdragon Order to hand. Put the rest back to bottom of the deck in any sequence, and if you add a card, discard 1 card from hand. As for the D share, this card on the field, the abilities cannot be nullified. And we have a new weapon. So equip costs, put up to 2 Linkdragon Order from your drop into soul and pay 2 life. This card can attack even if there's a Linkdragon monster in your center. If there's a card with both Linkdragon Order and Drago attribute in on your field, increase the critical plus by 2, so you have 4 crit. Double attack, Soul Guard, and for the D share, the soul cannot be removed by opponent's card effect. Right, so a very strong boost to Linkdragon Order, but this is not the final form yet, as we have more upgrades from the Climax Booster, like the set card that actually gives D share from the cards in the soul onto all the cards on the field. Right, so there's still a lot more upgrades. So this is the first form, and we will have a further upgrade in a month time. Alright, next we'll take a look at the new Astrodragon, and just like Linkdragon Order, there will be a further boost in the upcoming Climax Booster releasing in a month's time. So we'll just take a look at the 4 new cards that we added to this deck. Right, so 2 monster, 1 spell, and 1 item. So this is our new Ace card, Godclock Astrodragon is also a draw god. Okay, so core cost, pay 3 gauge, top 2 into soul, and Galaxy Field Drago. So unlike your normal Galaxy Field, according to the position on the left, right, and the item, all cards on your field actually gains a new ability. So if there's a monster on your left, all cards on your field get counter attack, defense plus 10,000. If there's a monster on your right, penetrate, power plus 10,000. If you have an item equipped, all cards on your field cannot be rested by opponent's card effect, and you get critical plus 1. Triple attack, Soul Guard, right, which is pretty strong. Basically everything on the field, if it's full field, you get power plus 10,000, defense plus 10,000, critical plus 1, cannot be rested, counter, attack, and penetrate. Next, we have a new addition to the deck, Pale. So when you call an Astrodragon from your hand, reduce the call cost by 2 gauge. And at the start of your main phase, if this card's in your drop zone, you may pay 1 life and you may return it back to your hand. Right, so you can reduce all the call costs by 2, which is a very good addition. Next, we have a spell that can be casted once per fight. Right, so condition, you need to have 10 or more Astrodragon in your drop. Cast cost, discard a soul from an Astrodragon on your field and discard 1 card from your hand. During this turn, all Astrodragon on your field cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card, and it cannot leave the field. And also, return all cards from your drop back to deck, shuffle the deck. Very simple, once per fight. And the new addition, the new weapon we have, equip cost, pay 1 gauge, pay 1 life. You can attack even if there's an Astrodragon in your center. And if there's a Drago on your field, all cards, all monster and all Astrodragon and this card on your field cannot be destroyed, and abilities can be nullified by opponent's card effect. At the start of your attack phase, if you have Drago and Astrodragon monster on the field during this turn, this card get quadruple attack. Right, so if you remember with our new body, 15,000, 3 crit, quadruple attack, penetrate. Right, so these are our new Astrodragon, and there'll be a further boost in Climax Booster, such as a set card that actually give you additional Galaxy Field effect. Right, so we'll look forward to next month. Alright, last we'll take a look at the updated Electrodeity. So there's a few main addition to the deck. So basically the size 3, size 0, and 2 different spells. And if you notice, we have a lot of different size 3 in this deck. Right, I will explain. First of all, the new addition to the deck, Izanami. Call cost, pay 3 gauge. And for the effect, you can only activate it once per turn. And choose one of the following 2 effects. The first effect, discard 5 different grade 3, size 3 from your hand. If you do so, you get 1 more turn. Second ability, which is the main one. Alright, you can call a size 3 from your drop zone without paying the call cost onto the field. It's treated as a size 0 till it leaves the field. And also this kind of triple attack. Right, definitely a very good addition to the deck. Next, we have the new size 0, pay 1 gauge for the call cost. All Electrodeity cards on the field cannot be rested by opponent's card effect, and they cannot be returned back to hand. And when this card enters the field, return up to you may return 1 size 3 Electrodeity from your drop zone to hand. Next, the main feature of this set, the spell. So this card can only be activated during the opponent's turn. Counter, choose one of the following 2. Search and equip up to 1 Electrodeity item from your deck and shuffle the deck. During this turn, next damage dealt to you is reduced to 0. Right, so you can actually equip and change during your start of your opponent's turn. Right, definitely a very strong card, strong addition to the deck. And we have a new defensive card. So you only cast this during an attack where your opponent attacks you. Counter, nullify the attack. And if during this turn your opponent attacks 3 or more times and the Electrodeity items that you're equipped with have soul, end the phase. Alright, definitely a strong addition to the deck, and it's free cost. So these are the 4 main additions to this deck. And that's 4 for BT7.